Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Colin Kim, as she just mentioned. And before I get started, I'd like to offer a note of gratitude to my dear friends and mentors, Guru Singh, Guru Don, his wife Jenny Benjamin, and also my closest friend Robin Hayden. A lot of the wisdom that I'm sharing with you today has come through developing conversations over maybe the past 25 years of my life with those four people, and I adore them for that. What I need right now, or what I have actually, is $100 for a volunteer. Your hand went up first. Okay, babe, come on up. What's your name?
Angela.
Okay, so we got Angela here. Let's have a round of applause for Angela. You can go ahead and have that right away. That's yours to keep? Yes, and you can give me back later. What I would like you to do, and we're gonna help her out, I want her to try and blow up this balloon as big as possible in 10 seconds. So we're gonna count, we're gonna clap and count down from 10, so it's gonna be about this fast. 10, 9, about that quick. Okay, you're gonna take this balloon. Okay, and on the count of 3, we're gonna get started, we're gonna count it down. I want you to try and blow that balloon up, maybe even so big that it will pop, but you can't use your teeth or your fingers. Okay, come stand on the red TED circle, or it's not official. Okay, are you ready, Angela? Okay, ready, set, let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, it didn't happen, but that's okay. What you've given me, you can go ahead and sit down. I see you. The reason I use this balloon example is because what I wanted to demonstrate, you know, when you get a balloon from Hallmark, it's fresh like this, but when a balloon's been inflated, it looks wilted. And say this after me, I'm not a wilted balloon. I'm a fresh, happy balloon. I am a fresh, happy balloon. You know, what's interesting is a resilient person is someone who knows that they're going to be wilted and then can return themselves back to that original state. And I want to talk about the spiritual science of exactly how that happens. The brain is as majestic as it is. It's a little dinosaur bitch. It's gone very little unchanged in, some would say, thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of years. That's a whole different conversation. But the brain has gone very little unchanged. You could say that the brain is like the TSA at the airport. The brain, in its fundament, is to keep us alive as long as possible. And let's just separate its primary function away from the things that we feel like thoughts and feelings and romance and all the other colors of life. So the brain is constantly patting things down for weapons to make sure that we're safe. And the way that it does that scientifically is by taking a really deep breath in. And there's other things that contribute to this, which I'm going to share with you. But the main thing is taking a really deep breath in, inhaling positive ion, which I'd like you to do with me now. Take a deep breath in. And then pause. You observe the observation, and as you exhale, we exhale negative ion. In fact, the word namaste, nama means the divine name. So even if someone offends me, the divine name of that person spiritually is the fact that they're connected to the Great One Spirit. Can I get a thumbs up on that? You understand? So we have to be able to see through the offense to be able to talk to the nama. Ste is the sound that our breath makes when we have a satisfied exhale. So to namaste isn't just a salutation like aloha in Hawaii. To actually namaste is actually a physical experience you can have, which is to inhale the present moment. And before you exhale, you have to figure out how to resolve the situation with a content spiritual exhale. And if we don't do that, what happens is the present moment, it locks onto our spine, because on some deep level, the soul knows. Let's say someone bumps my cart at Trader Joe's, and I say, stupid bitch. I mask it with my face. If there's an ethnicity attached to that I was programmed as a child to resent, or I could go on and on and on. There might be a negative attachment with a word that I call the person. But my soul, on some level, has an agenda with me to dissolve me into unconditional love. And one of the ways that the soul has its way with our physical body is when we take the deep breath in, we take the deep breath out. If a present moment doesn't go through our body like a ghost going through a wall, that's what we want to do. In the yogic teachings, at least, we want to transcend the present moment. We want to help the present moment through our consciousness like a ghost going through a wall. And if that doesn't happen, it doesn't make us bad people. It's what Buddhism and Kabbalah and the yogic and Hindu teachings call the life condition of being a human being. But if it doesn't make its way through our consciousness, it attaches to the spine, it goes up the elevator of the spine to the brain, where it gets stored in the brain as a file to be worked out later in life as healing. And we often work out that healing, we call them lovers. That's a joke. We actually will select people, we will actually pull events specifically intimate relationships into our life, to heal our childhood. And that's when romance graduates from something even higher than romance to spiritual partnership. Spiritual partnership is something different than romance. Spiritual partners are people who understand the variance of being inflated and deflated. What a traumatized person is, and this is the question, the second point I want to make with you. It's interesting that two people can have the exact same experience, and one person will be completely broken and traumatized for the rest of their life. Someone's gonna be like, that's me. And then another person can be like, you know what, that was a really shitty day. Even a person who is innocently victimized. So let's just stay light with me here, but let's go to something deep, like early sexualization of a child, whether it's participatory or not, or even an innocent victimization of a child, something that deep. What happens is, and this has been reported through science, you've seen this on 2020 and Primetime Live, when a traumatic event happens to the physical body, the spiritual body sends a psychic sonic boom of energy outward away from the spine. In the yogic teachings, we call this the aura. And it pushes beyond what the physical body can see into the entire experience itself. And that infinite sonic boom goes outward away from that. Are you still with me? Yep. When it's doing that, because the brain's job is to keep us alive, what the brain's doing is the brain taxes out the physical body. Okay, I'm kind of imitating images you've seen that are frightening. And then it's taking in all the data it can. So people will say, like, I remember when that happened when I was 8, there was a smell in the room. I remember that there was a Kleenex box that I saw when I came in the door, but I wasn't looking at it when it was happening. All of that data comes rushing into the spine, and what the traumatized person is doing is actually, and it can seem unfair, because the soul has an agenda with us to do this homework, whether we participate or not. So the soul is going to have its way, and so it will pull circumstances into our life, often people, it can be demoting habits or even addictions, to force us into the edge of what we think was possible. We'll actually take field trips, star tours, out to the edge of who we think we are in that traumatic moment, just, I'm pausing down for emphasis, just to demonstrate to our own self that we're capable of surviving the event. And because we're not going to repeat a rape or a molestation, the brain has this gremlin way, the brain has this gremlin way of reconfining and figuring the pulse of energy that expanded outward. Here's the thing that I'm here to share with you today. The brain doesn't know the difference between the curse of suffering in life and running star tours out to the edge of who you are. We don't want to do that, spending our 20s, 30s, 40s, and the rest of our life just running field trips out to what we think is possible. Be like, oh, fuck, well, I survived. We want to, well, our knees are young, and we can still dance, and the sex is good, and we can meet other people. The brain, and I go back to the dinosaur part of the brain on the deepest level doesn't know the difference between you taking a powerful deep breath, locating yourself to the present moment, and the present moment can be scary, especially in the imagery that I'm sharing with you early on, but you can insert your own life issues. Let's do another breath. It feels good, right? Inhale real big. Breathing satisfies the brain so that your heart can get a chance with your point of view. And a resilient person is someone who knows that that's their homework to do. The person that's traumatized doesn't know yet that that work is necessary, but they will force themselves either into suicidal behavior or into the processes that will dissolve them into unconditional love. How I want to leave you today is talking about the gratitude portion of resilience. I'm coming at you with the yogic teachings, but I think these are pretty universal. How can we have gratitude for this experience? If we touched the iron and the iron wasn't sensationally hot, we would continue to touch the iron, it would hurt. So at least in the yogic practice, when events come into our life that cause us offense or frustration, we actually have a huge dose of gratitude, thankfulness. Thank you, event. Wow, event, you scared me. Wow, that reminded me of when I was 11, that one time. It's like, thank you, event, because I know that what you're doing, event, is you're dissolving me into unconditional love so that I can find my self-worth and give and receive love without any conditions being placed upon me. Thoughts, feelings, and emotions are facets of who we are, but the facets that are cut into a diamond are not the diamond itself. It's like Gollum in The Lord of the Rings, just looking at the sparkles, but forgetting that he's actually holding it. You understand? So when we get wrapped up in the feelings and the emotions of feeling wilted, anywhere between the maximum stretch of who we are all the way to our shiny selves, which we love when it feels good. In yoga, we call that the life conditions. You can actually get stuck in the emotional state of anywhere from your original state all the way out to the traumas and crises that you've had in your life. And so with conscious deep breath, we hold ourselves to that homework. Grace witnessed is unconditional love. I'm going to close with this. When you do the thing that nobody else can do, you to your own self, or also as a demonstration to anybody observing you, and it doesn't mean spiritual egoism or hot dogging, because that's gross, but to truly stay connected to the Great One Spirit with your breath, inhaling Nama, the true name of things. It's hard to namaste when you're clicking like and unlike on Facebook. Everybody has a point of view, but when we take offense to anything, we turn off all of our spiritual gifts. And what we need are kindergarten teachers. Kindergarten teachers are not, they're immune to the smell of urine and bleach. Or maybe not, and they just are loving people who are willing to tolerate it, to do the highest good. But that's what this world needs, people who are resistant to offense, who are standing located to the present moment, not checked out in the self-help book, but staying connected to the present moment, using their life in a loving way so that anything and anybody that comes to their presence is released in the direction into the river of unconditional love themselves. Cool, thank you so much. I'm happy to be here with you today.